Let me get that.
Right, and you are being recorded.
Mhm.
So let me know. Okay, whenever I.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, go.
The world is a violent storm, a storm that grabs and pulls at your attention in every possible direction. I was once told that your attention is the most valuable form of currency in the world, so you better be damn careful with how you spend it. This feels increasingly true as we continue to navigate in a world where everything that is happening anywhere in the world is being constantly broadcast. We are now connected to every event, every one of our friends' successes, all the conflict in the world, all the natural calamities. With our attention being pulled in every possible direction, it can be incredibly easy to lose ourselves in this storm. We become riddled with anxious thoughts of the future. We become chained to our past. We become overwhelmed by the weight of all the world's problems. Today, I want to talk about a few of the ways you could maybe improve on focusing your attention in your day-to-day life. Because when you can focus and control your attention, you become able to stand firmly in the center of the storm, unmoved by all the hard distractions that it tries to topple you down with. First, I want to talk about how your attention can help you power through moments of stress and anxiety. Take this speech, for example. Walking up here, I found myself focusing on everyone's eyes and the potential thoughts that filled them. What is everyone thinking about me? About my walk? About how I look standing in the classroom? Do they care about what I'm saying? Do I look confident? Do I sound smart? If I kept focusing on the potential thoughts of everyone else, I would find myself lost in this storm of anxiety. It would become significantly harder for me to focus on my speech and perform it at the best level I can. So, if you find yourself stuck in this storm, how do you find your way back to the center of peace and clarity? Well, luckily, there's a little thing we all do called breathing. If you can't breathe, you can't really live, can you? The thing about your breath is that it's a lot like a ticking clock. No matter what you're doing, it's always there in the background, ticking away. When you get lost in all the noise of your anxious thoughts, all you have to do is focus on that ticking. Focus on your breath, and you'll be right back at the center. That is essentially the basis of meditation, to focus on nothing but the breath. This is so effective because by focusing on the breath, we focus on nothing else but the present moment. Eckhart Tolle, a famous German spiritual teacher, once spoke about suffering and the present moment. He explained that suffering comes only from our thoughts and our attention. We feel pain from memories of the past. We feel fear and anxiety from thoughts of the future. How will my speech be received? Will I stumble over my words? These are all thoughts of a potential future, even if they're only a second away. By remaining fully in the present, we let go of those feelings and are able to be free to do and act as we want without being held back. Feel your breath, sit still and just be, and everything will fall into place. In a metaphysical sense, your attention becomes that much more important. It is believed by many that your thoughts and emotions manifest the world that you experience. If your thoughts help influence and create the world around you, it becomes that much more important to be aware of where your attention is being spent. Do you solely focus on all the bad and chaotic things going on in the world? Do you only see the senseless violence in the cities, the rude interactions with strangers, the news that tells you the world is ending? Or do you focus on the now, what you currently have in your life, the friends that make you smile, the family that gives you love? It's all a matter of perspective. The other day, I went to go see a concert with some of my friends in the city. We drove down there, walked to the venue, and almost made it all the way in, except for one of my friends. Now that friend, being the fool that he is, forgot to bring his ID to the concert. How you managed to forget that is beyond me, but regardless, we all left the venue because we obviously weren't just going to leave him out there alone. Now, if we had spent the rest of the night focusing on what could have been, the potential great show that we missed, and all the other what ifs, it would have been a very disappointing and uneventful night. But most of us were able to accept that it happened, and we focused on what we could do right then to make it a better night. We ended up walking around the city, getting some good pizza, seeing some new sights, and we were able to still have a great night. The friend that forgot his ID kept focusing on his little fumble and would be really upset about it, but we did our best to pull him out of it and get him to have a good time with us regardless. We were able to still have a good night because we focused our attention on what is and what we could do right then to have a good night, not what was or what could have been. By just understanding how your attention influences your emotions and the world around you, everything becomes easier. You begin to understand yourself and the world around you much more. And it really is as simple as just being aware and watching the breath. Simple, unfortunately, does not mean easy. Despite knowing all this, it is still much easier said than done. And it's something that I find myself struggling with a lot. However, by merely asking yourself, where is my attention right now? Throughout the day or through moments of anxiety, you make it that much easier to realign your attention with with the present moment, and it will eventually spread to everything that you do in life. To end this, I ask of you all to remember to listen to that ticking clock, to try to find moments of peace in this never-ending storm. Because to be able to sit firmly in peace in the center of a raging storm is to be fully free from the influence of the world around you. You create the meaning of your own life and you become unstoppable. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Okay. So I'm going to put your grade in, and I think we've talked about what are the other things that is needed. So remember, the class will end by Friday.
Okay.
It'll by 5 o'clock. It will be done. So just turn it in by 5. Okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.